Let me be the first to tell you that nobody in history has ever written a novel. Let me explain what I mean by telling you about an ancient Greek philosopher named Zeno, who had a series of mind games known as Zeno's paradoxes. And one of the most famous of Zeno's paradoxes is the idea that you can't get from point A to point B. It's impossible, logically, because to get from point A to point B, you have to get halfway between point A and point B. But to get halfway between point A and point B, you have to get halfway between the halfway point of point A and point B, and again, and again, and again. So it's always impossible because you can always subdivide reality down further and further. Now, of course, it's just a mind game. We obviously get from point A to point B all the time. We walk from place to place, we drive from place to place. Math isn't reality. But that's how writing a novel feels. And that's because if you try to write a novel, you'll never do it. It's too big to fit in your head. And so what you need to do to write a novel is to not write a novel at all. That's the paradox. What you need to do is you need to write a series of chapters. And each chapter, while you're writing it, don't think about the novel. Think about the chapter. That's why planning is so important. You have a concept for a novel, and then you begin to break it down chapter by chapter with short summaries. Each chapter is its own self-contained problem to solve. It's its own conflict. And each time you solve that problem in that chapter, it's like you've written a short story. Maybe 2,500 words, maybe 4,000 words. Keep them short. You finish that. You finished a short story. Then you write another short story. You solve another problem with the same characters, but it's a different problem. And then you write another short story. And then you write another short story. And suddenly you have 30 short stories and you have a novel. You've solved Zeno's paradox. That is how you can write a novel without ever writing a novel. If you found this useful, give it a like, leave a comment, or forward it to a friend who also needs help writing or not writing a novel.